Hey, Gump, your brain logic is really astounding. That's the best answer I've heard. With an IQ of 160, you must be a genius thief. Gump thinks military life isn't cool. It's his stage of fold the blanket tight, stand straight. Never faced with a question, just reply, yes sir. Gump was really into the mechanics of firearms. He even set the record for taking apart weapons. Hey sir, can't you treat the rifle like a puzzle? You tell me, how can you go that fast? Are you Superman or something? New company record. If you get any better, I suggest you head to OCS. You'll be the CEO in no time. This weapon is now your pet, keep it up. Maybe you discover Gump's secret. He's focused like a puppy, never bothering anyone while doing one thing. One day during lunch, a buddy tossed Gump a magazine, and wow, he flipped to a page with Jenny. Jenny got expelled for posing in the magazine, but hey, she made her dream come true by singing in a bar. Gump always sneaks in to watch her perform. This time, he saw a guy insulting her with cash. His beloved girl bullied. Gump charged in like a superhero. But just like last time, Jenny pushed Gump away, and when she complained, he sheepishly replied, "I don't get what love is." Jenny flags down a car to leave, and Gump tells her he's off to the Vietnam adventure. She runs back to warn Gump, if you run into trouble, don't try to be a hero, just RUN. Absolutely, Jenny, I'll stand by you always. And with Jenny's departure, Gump heads back home to bid his mom a heartfelt farewell. Off they go to Vietnam with Bubba, where they meet Lieutenant Dan from a military family. His ancestors were all warriors, ready for glorious sacrifices, while these American soldiers face a feast of BBQ and beer. But they are totally confused by Vietnam's weather while Gump and Bubba struggle through tough days. Whenever Gump has an opportunity, he writes letters to Jenny, who lives far across the ocean, but all that Bubba has on his mind are shrimp boats. After months of rain, it suddenly stops. As the sun rises, gunfire erupts. Their squad runs into the enemy. Lieutenant Dan orders retreat. Bubba shouts for Gump to run, but Gump stands still, dazed. Until Lieutenant Dan yanks him up, Gump finally reacts and takes off, actually surpassing his fellow soldiers. Exhausted, little soldiers struggle to escape the gunfire as Gump hears the cries of his buddies, blooded and bruised. He fights to rescue them one by one, even carrying Lieutenant Dan back, who won't stop despite getting bitten by something. Gump determinedly goes back once more and, after many twists and turns, finally locates Bubba. But unfortunately, he discovers that Bubba is on the very brink of death. Bubba's final words have lingered in Gump's mind forever, and despite his injured backside, he received absolutely not a cent in compensation. Later he finds out he was actually bitten by a bullet. But Gump feels great because there's unlimited ice cream. Meanwhile, beleaguered Lieutenant Dan is sulking all day just as Gump receives a pile of letters. At first, he thought they were from Jenny, but turns out they were all returned from the post office. Jenny never had a fixed address. She was always on the road as an anti-war hippie. While recovering in the hospital, Gump discovers his hidden talent for ping pong thanks to Buddy's comment. Gump picks it up effortlessly, and his comrades in arms commend him for his skill, yet despite initially not wanting to continue, he finds himself increasingly addicted. Thus, he establishes himself as a ping pong superstar in the hearts of his comrades. On that peaceful night, Gump is immersed in his sweet dreams until Lieutenant Dan abruptly yanks him out of bed. Lieutenant Dan complains that Gump saved him, asking, "Do you know that? Can you walk with your feet?" "Of course I know." "Did you hear what I said? He pulled me out of fate. I was supposed to die out there. Respect, that was my fate. But life has its reasons. Maybe this was just in the cards for you." Little did Lieutenant Dan know, Gump's appearance was also Destiny's plan. He just couldn't handle losing his legs. The health officer, Dan Taylor. The next day, Gump learns he received an honor medal and wants to share the good news with Lieutenant Dan, only to find out he's been sent away. Upon returning home, Gump's awarded the medal by the president and gets some warm greetings. I know you're injured. Where exactly? In the health officer's belly from drinking too much, I bet. Gump remains utterly surprised, yet he is equally content to oblige. Subsequently, he carefully takes his mother back to the hotel to allow her to rest comfortably. Then he wanders out casually, only to be forcibly pulled into an anti-war rally. Then he accidentally gets put on stage to speak. Well, that's a big deal. At the very moment he was preparing to uncover the truth about the Vietnam War, to everyone's surprise, an officer unexpectedly pulls out the microphone's cord. By the time the staff finds and reconnects the power supply, Gump wraps up his speech just in time for the event to conclude. I was there, and I understood Gump's message very clearly. After his call, the newly medal awarded Gump gets to relish in the anti-war hero treatment. Under the spotlight, Gump finds his true love again. Jenny introduces her new boyfriend to Gump, but her new boyfriend throws a punch at Gump. Oh no, Gump just can't catch a break. Seeing this, Gump rushes in and tackles that jerk, only to get booted out of the group. And not only that, Jenny still firmly defends him. Gump jumps at the chance to confess his feelings to Jenny, but sadly, she's still seeking freedom. They talk all night long, sharing their stories with each other, but Jenny ultimately has to embark on her journey back, and Gump gives her his medal with deep emotion. What a heartfelt farewell ceremony it is.